I'm Amanda Riggin, founder of Hunger Heroes, and it's our second year in Lynbrook, New York. We're blessed to be here. We serve military, veterans, and first responders all over the nation. And today was super special. It was a family event. I think we've served, over 600 plates so far. Just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you, and just wanted to give back to the community.
Hi, my name is Barry Gertzen. I'm CTO of Channels and Alliances at Boomi, and we are privileged to be able to represent, be good corporate citizens and being able to represent Hungry Heroes and being able to sponsor them and to be able to help out today in this event, which was really well attended. I think everyone in attendance just had a really great time, and it was wonderful to be able to give back to the community and give back to those people who have sacrificed so much for us.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Right, face. Right.
Before I begin, I'd like to extend our gratitude to Mayor Beach, Chief Palladino, Mike Monahan, Keith Bonomo, Christy Foy, the Lynbrook and MTA PBAs, along with the vendors, sponsors, and donors. Steadfast support has been instrumental in making this event possible. Can I get a round of applause for them now? I also wish to give a special thank you to Hungry Heroes, who traveled all the way from South Carolina to serve those in attendance today. Your dedication reminds us how communities across the country stand together in appreciation of the sacrifices our first responders make every day. Today we gather, not just to remember, but to honor, to recognize those first responders and veterans who have given so much, and to offer our deepest gratitude to their families, whose sacrifices, support, and love make such bravery possible. 24 years ago, I worked in the New Jersey, New York area, the Chubinsk. The work took me between two offices, one in Parsippany, the other in 22 Cortlandt Street, right alongside World Trade Center. As fate would have it, businesses kept me in Parsippany on 9/11. And as I drove to work that morning, As many of you will recall as well, the weather was mild, clear, sunny, with crystal blue skies. None of us could have anticipated what was to come. When news broke over my radio that the North Tower had been struck, I immediately pulled my car over, called my work colleagues at my Portland Street work. As I spoke with one friend, United Airlines Flight 175 struck the South Tower. The explosive force of that impact shattered the windows of his meeting room, and his phone line went dead as I spoke to him. In the terror and silence that followed, I feared the worst for him. It wasn't until he called me later, as he walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, that I'd later find relief in the knowledge that he'd successfully been evacuated and was on his way home. Unfortunately, too many others inside the World Trade Center didn't make it home that day. Still, the losses would have been much greater if not for the work of a group of heroes. Through it all, New York City's first responders rushed to the scene, moving towards the danger rather than away from it, showing us what it means to be at our best when everything else around us is at its worst. Their actions that day, and in the days and weeks that followed, embodied the very best of America. The willingness to sacrifice for others in need, to put service above self. Their actions remind us that in unity there is hope. In service there is strength. They embody everything that we aspire to be. Today we hold in our hearts those who gave their lives. Today you'll hear the stories of Robert Slywick, Jamie Atkinson, and Robert Regan, as told by those who loved and cherished them. I know you'll be inspired by what you hear. On behalf of myself, my movie colleagues, and everyone here in attendance, we will forever remember our 9/11 first responders with gratitude and reverence as we hope to live up to their legacy. May God bless you all, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
My name is Amanda Regan, founder of Hungry Heroes, and we were blessed with the opportunity to serve Lynbrook last year. It was more of a drive-through with about 500 first responders, and so I just want to give a little bit of backstory. But in 2018, we had a tragedy in Rock Hill, South Carolina. 4 officers were shot. 1 died in the line of duty, and I had never seen our community so broken. I started praying every day, like, how can we help? I started barbecuing and going to each agency as a thank you for your service. We see you. We appreciate you. I think breaking bread with people, having a hot meal is a family atmosphere, and to me, we're all family. So I am blessed to be in your community today. I think there's a reason why we are here today. Since 2019, my vision was to get to New York the week of 9/11 and serve you guys, and I am so blessed to be here. I'm trying to not cry. Woo! Everybody sees like my face, and it started out with one grill, but it's because of family like you guys, supporters, prayers, donations, and I just want to say thank you for having me in Lynbrook. Thank you for being here. Mayor Beach.
I too am a first responder, or was, and to see gatherings like this really opens up your heart, and you thank God that we have people like Amanda. So, can't say enough good things about when people do things like this. Thank you, Hungry Heroes. Thank you for coming to Lynbrook. We here at Lynbrook truly appreciate your kindness. We love our police and we love our firemen. And we love especially those that feed them. We gather here tonight to remember and honor a family and their loved ones that did not come home on September 11th. And we keep their memory alive. We will never forget those lost on September 11th, and we will never, ever forget. I want to introduce Kyle. Kyle represents so many people that I've met in the past 24 years. This does not get easier year to year for me, but I'm sure for everybody else here. It is a horrible tragedy that happened to this country, and we pray that we never give anybody the ability to strike this country in that way. And that's why we support our government, our military, and wish for the best for our country. Thank you. Kyle?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here tonight as we gather in remembrance of the lives lost on September 11, 2001, a day that forever changed our nation, but never broke the true meaning of being an American. Before I begin, I'd like to extend my deepest gratitude to the people of the incredible community of Lynbrook. Your presence here tonight is a powerful reminder that we will never forget. Thank you to the Hungry Heroes nonprofit organization, Christy Foy, Chief Palladino, Mike Monahan, and the town of Lynbrook. Your dedication, leadership, and continued support in honoring our heroes make ceremonies like this possible. Together, we stand not just to remember, but to honor through unity, through service, and through the stories we carry forward. September 11th, 2001 altered the lives of countless families, and the fateful day that changed my family's life forever. My dad, Robert F. Sliwak, was killed in the North Tower on the 105th floor, where he worked for Kenneth Fitzgerald. My twin sister, Nikki, and I were only 3 years old, and her older brother Ryan was about to turn 8 a few days later. On that day, my mom and sister, we all go to school. While many families kept their children close, she knew that school would offer a sense of normalcy amidst the chaos surrounding us. As we went through our day, my mom stayed glued to the news, her heart heavy with uncertainty. In the days that followed, our family and friends searched for my dad, hoping for a miracle. But deep down, my mom knew he was never coming home. She chose to wait until after Ryan's birthday party to share the devastating news with us. Taken to the Twin Lakes on September 16th to gently break our hearts. At such a young age, you cannot fully comprehend the significant impact that it would have growing up. You just know your dad is gone and your dad is dead. As I get older, I came to understand my father was never going to walk through that front door, that my siblings and I would grow up empty hole in our hearts, and that the man I loved the most would not be able to see all the amazing accomplishments his kids and his wife would achieve. It's been 24 years of an emotional roller coaster. The feelings of guilt, sadness, emptiness, isolation, anger, and frustration took control of our lives. At the same time, we learned about maturity, a sense of peace, motivation, happiness for the small things in life, courage, pride, joy, and most importantly, love. The hardest part has been loving and missing a man I cannot remember. But we learned to celebrate his life rather than always mourn his loss. My dad was born and raised in Seaford, where he excelled in sports. He had a smile that etched our minds, kindness that overwhelmed us, and a warmth that embraced us. His love and compassion illuminated our hearts forever. My father will always be remembered as a wonderful son, brother, cousin, uncle, friend, and especially husband and father. 9/11 remains one of the darkest days in American history, fracturing families and challenging the sense of safety. Yet, in the aftermath, something beautiful emerged. An unwavering sense of community. People put aside their differences, united in compassion and support for the families like ours to rebuild our world. As we come to tonight's ceremony, let us carry that truth with us. The lives we lost on September 11th were not defined by the way they left us, but the way they lived in love, courage, laughter, and purpose. Tonight, we don't mourn their loss. We celebrate the time we were blessed to have with them. We celebrate the memories, the stories, the lessons, and the love they brought into our lives. I hope everyone leaves here tonight, not only with heavy hearts, but with lifted spirits, inspired to live in honor and to never forget. Thank you all for being here. God bless our heroes, and God bless America.
It's my pleasure to be able to read the next testimony on behalf of the Atkinson family and the MTA-PDA. At just 16, when only a freshman at Sayville High School, Jamie Atkinson began volunteering with the Community Ambulance Company in Sayville. At 20, after graduating from Sayville High, he was among the youngest responders at Ground Zero following the collapse of the World Trade Center on September 11. Inhalation of toxic debris during search and rescue operations led to a rare form of cancer, diagnosed years later and officially linked to his 9/11 service. This rare form of cancer led to his death in June 2025 at age 43. In those 27 years after first joining the Sayville Community Ambulance Company, Jamie dedicated himself to a life of service. In 1999, Jamie joined the Community Ambulance Service, a volunteer organization, as a regular member. He rose through the ranks, serving as captain in 2006, assistant chief in 2008, and eventually holding the position of chief of operations in 2010. He also joined the board of directors in 2014, eventually serving as president in both 2018 and 2021. During this period, Atkinson was instrumental in the creation of a public access defibrillator program to provide vital medications to patients suffering from severe pain and illness. In 2010, under Atkinson's leadership, the Suffolk Regional Emergency Medical Service Council named Sayville Community Ambulance the EMS Agency of the Year, bringing significant praise to the ambulance company. While an active member of the Community Ambulance Service, Jamie enrolled in the New York Metropolitan Transit Authority MTA Police Academy in 2001, graduating in 2003 and joining the MTA Police Force in that year. This group is responsible for policing and securing various MTA properties, including the Grand Central Terminal, Penn Station, and the infrastructure of Metro North, Long Island Railroad, and other locations. As an MTA detective, Atkinson investigated more than 100 death cases, high-profile hate crimes, and fraud cases of public corruption. He earned a variety of impressive distinctions, most notably MTA Police Officer of the Year, Nassau County Police Commissioner's Detective of the Year, and the Long Island Railroad President's Award. In 2019, Jamie Atkinson was forced to retire from the MTA police force due to his 9/11 cancer-related illness. He then was appointed as a Suffolk County Coordinator for Emergency Services, where he was instrumental on the Suffolk County COVID-19 think tank. In this capacity, he solved complex public health problems in response to COVID-19 emergency service needs. In addition, he was appointed to various public service councils, including the Child Fatality Review Team and the Suffolk County Regional Emergency Medical Service Council, among others. Jamie Atkinson was a treasured figure in the areas of community service, law enforcement, and emergency response. Jamie never stopped giving back to his community. He fought his personal battle with the same strength and courage that he brought to his various jobs. Let us honor Jamie Atkinson. And now I'd like Brendan to come up to share his story.
My goal was not to cry, but Kyle already got me, so great job, Kyle. That was amazing. My name is Brendan Regan, and I'm Bobby Regan's son. I'm a fireman myself in Tower Ladder 138 in Corona, Queens. It's an honor to be here on behalf of my dad, and I want to thank the Slylock family as well. Families like yours are always top of my mind, especially this time of year. So I appreciate you guys for being here. I know it can be easier to kind of hide away this time of year, but I think it brings a lot of strength to everyone in attendance to come and show that you guys are doing well, and thank you. So I'm just going to share a little bit about my dad. My dad grew up in Briarwood, Queens. He grew up the same way a lot of people in Queens did in that generation. They didn't have much, but they got by. And I think that extended into his adult life, which is why for as long as I can remember he wore the same pair of sneakers and jean shorts that basically had holes in them. He drove a series of old station wagons as his primary means of transportation that me and my friends liked cramming in the trunk of. no seatbelts, of course. 90s were a good time. He attended Archbishop Molloy High School, where me and my cousins end up going as well. And then he went on to study and get a degree in engineering from Manhattan College. So the fire department wasn't my dad's first calling. He went on to meet my mom through friends. They were basically high school sweethearts. Well, he was actually in college, but he looked like he was 16 at the time, which I think is why Nanny was okay with letting him take you out on a date. But both my parents were extremely hard workers, began building their life together. My dad would be out on the road building bridges, my mom would be home as a nurse working hard. But things changed when my sister came into the picture, and my dad no longer wanted to be out on the road. He wanted to be closer to his baby girl. So my sister came in '84, and my dad joined the fire department in '85. I think what he loved most about the job in the beginning was being able to spend time with his family and friends, but I think the brotherhood of the fire department grew on him. And that ended up being one of his favorite parts about being a fireman. My parents were present in every aspect of our life. They coached our sports teams, went on class trips, took us on vacations, and made every holiday special. Came up with enough money to ensure we had everything we wanted and then some. They made it look easy, which now that I'm a parent myself, I realize that it isn't. My dad coached all my sports teams, tutored me, took me to Yankees and Giants games. He was strict but fair and juggled the perfect balance of being silly but also serious. He was a very quiet, thoughtful man, and when he spoke, you did your best to listen. My sister and I grew up in a situation I think many people here grow up in. You want to give your kids a sense of safety and community. You want to be there for your neighbors, but also give them the privacy to do what they want to do and be in their own world. We had a great upbringing. It was perfect. And then everyone knows where they were on that day, but in the blink of an eye, everything changed. On September 11, 2001, my sister was 16, I was 12, and I had just started at the new high school in our town. I guess being a naive 12-year-old, you know, I knew my dad fought fires, but I thought terrorist attacks were a whole different area. I remember getting home from school that evening to a line of cars as far as I could see up the block and a crowd of people on my front lawn. And even at 12, I think I knew deep down that my dad wasn't coming home that night. I try not to look at my mom now, but I can remember vividly my mom taking me and my sister to the side of the house away from the crowd and talking to us. She didn't lie or sugarcoat it. As hard as it must have been, she told us what had happened and that my dad was missing and that he most likely wouldn't be coming home. She told us the next few months would be extremely hard, but that we would get through it together. We cried together and slowly began picking up the pieces of our lives from that point forward. Mom, I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were pretty old back then, but looking back on it now, she was only 40. I don't know how she did it, but I can't remember a time where I had to pick her up. She was always the one picking us up and pushing us to put one foot in the other. Head up, shoulders back. Now that I'm approaching 40 myself, not quite, but getting close, I'm floored by the strength you were able to find during those days and the years to follow. You're the strongest person I know, and I know Dad would be so proud of the way you kept our family together and marching forward. 12 years is a tough age to lose your dad. I don't think there's any age that isn't tough to lose your dad. And I had my fair share of struggles in the years to follow, high school and college. But I always tried to remind myself that I had 12 years of a great dad, and that I was lucky to get that. You and Caitlin kept my train on the tracks. We almost derailed a few times, and I can never repay you guys for that. I could have easily become a young man filled with anger and a victim mentality, but you guys never allowed that, and I love you guys for that. Deciding to become a fireman myself, I know was a decision that wasn't easy for either of you either. thank you for understanding that it was the path that was going to make me happy and supporting me to pursue it. While I'm at home, I'm Brendan, or dad to my 2 kids. But when I'm at work at the fire department, I'm Bobby Regan's son. And the 6 years I've been on has been just amazing. It's brought me closer to my dad in a lot of ways that I never thought that I would get. Being able to just be on the rig and do the things that I know that he was doing when he was my age, it's brought me closer to him in so many ways. I just want to finish with a series of thank yous. I want to thank everyone with Hungry Heroes, taking time away from your family to come down here and support New Yorkers and families of 9/11. It's amazing. Christy Foy, who we're very close with, it's her idea to honor my dad this year, and when I got that phone call, it was unexpected, but I could tell the passion that she had for it, and thank you, Christy, I love you. To all the cops and military members, I've always felt a closeness and appreciation for the military. I think just with 9/11 leading this country into a war, I've always just felt such appreciation for the men and women that take time away from their family members to serve this nation, so thank you. The police, you guys have the hardest job in the world. So many good cops out there, and just love you guys, appreciate you, be safe out there. Men and women that worked at the pile after 9/11. A lot of people that we've lost after 9/11 and we're still losing today. Can't thank you enough for men and women that were down there every day looking for my dad. My dad was found on New Year's Day 2002, and I had family members, especially my Uncle Charlie, who was down there nonstop, doing everything he could to bring my dad home, so thank you. I want to thank my sister Caitlin. She was constantly setting an example for how to not let 9/11 define us. She's accomplished so much since that day, and trying to keep up with everything she's done has not been possible, but it's been a great bar that she's set for me. My family who's here today, my cousins who are like brothers to me, they're firemen as well. My aunt who's like another mom to me. My Uncle Charlie, you guys have been there for us since day one. I can't thank you guys enough for that. I have a bunch of friends that are here that have been with me every step of the way. At 12 years old, I think a lot of us don't give 12-year-olds enough credit. I don't think they knew exactly what was going on with 9/11, but they knew they had a friend that needed support, and they were there for me still to today, so I can't thank you guys enough. Mom, I won't make it through this, so just thank you. And my wife, Gina, I'm not sure what you saw in me when we first met, but you saw something. Thanks for pushing me to be a better man every day. I love you. And I'll just leave it with this. My daughter's 3.5, my son's 1, and I often think how I'll describe 9/11 to them as they get older. And it's tough. But I think I'll just say, your grandfather went towards one of the scariest situations possible with bravery, looking to help. And if you take a little bit of that into every situation in life, you'll be successful, and the people you come in contact will be better for it. Thank you guys. God bless.
At this time, we'd love for a representative of the Atkinson family, Brendan, if you could stay up here, and Kyle, if you'll come back, we just have a small gift, and then Mayor Beach, if you don't mind just dismissing us, that would be wonderful. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight. We've got plenty of barbecue, so if you didn't get enough, please get more. But one more time, just to thank our speakers sharing their story tonight.
That concludes the services. If you could just mill around and stay familiar with everyone and enjoy the fact that we all got together and We celebrate the lives of those we lost, and well, just I guess lean on each other's shoulders and try to heal those wounds that we have for those people that we lost and loved. Okay? Enjoy the evening.